Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we should learn to use technology. So I will just recap. The testes has got the function of gametogenesis and steroidogenesis, and tunica albuginea is the thick capsule which is surrounding the testes, and this capsule then mass of the connective tissue which uh, protrudes inside the testes is called the mediastinum testis, and serosa is the connective tissue that surrounds the tunica albuginea. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the testes, they comprise of the convoluted seminiferous tubules. These tubules are surrounded by 3 to 4 layers of smooth muscle cells. The insides of the tubules are lined with seminiferous epithelium, which consists of two general type of cells, spermatogonium and the Sertoli cells. This is actually the first objective where we are recalling the structure of the testes. So these all are the seminiferous tubules, and these seminiferous tubules, they contain the sperm cells and the supporting cells which are the Sertoli cells. Spermatozoon spermatogonium is an gonia is the plural. Spermatogonium is an undifferentiated male germ cell which undergoes spermatogenesis to form mature spermatozoa. There are three subtypes of spermatogonia: type A, type A dark, type A pale, and type B cells. Type A cells have dark nuclei. They do not usually undergo active mitosis. And type A cells, they have pale nuclei. They undergo active mitosis and divide to produce the type B cells. And type B cells are those cells which give rise to the primary spermatocyte. So the other cells are the Sertoli cells. You can see here from the diagram as well. The Sertoli, these in the seminiferous tubules, there are the spermatogonia. These spermatogonia, they give rise to the sperms, and these sperms are surrounded by the connective tissue cells, which are the Leydig cells. And in these tubules are the supporting cells, which are called the Sertoli cells. So Sertoli cells, they facilitate the progression of germ cells to spermatozoa by direct contact and by controlling the environment in which the sperms, they receive their nutrition. So what we have done is that testes surrounded by a capsule. Inside the testes are the seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules, they have got the spermatogonia and Sertoli cells surrounded by the supporting cells, which are the Leydig cells. Spermatogenesis is the process where the spermatozoa are produced from the spermatogonium cells by the mitosis as well as meiosis. So spermatogonia, mitosis, first division, which is, it's got the 2n number, then it divides into it by the reduction division, a second reduction division, and these are called the spermatids. So spermatogonia to spermatocytes, which are primary and secondary spermatocytes, and these primary and their secondary spermatocytes after the second meiotic division form the spermatid, and from the spermatids are the sperms. And you can see that sperms, they have acquired a shape, the shape of a sperm, head, body and tail. So this process is called the spermiogenesis. Right? So what are the cells of spermatogenesis process? Spermatogonia are the first cells of spermatogenic series. Primary spermatocytes, they appear, they are larger than the spermatogonia. They immediately enter the first meiotic division to form the secondary spermatocytes, and the secondary spermatocytes then undergo the second meiotic division to form the spermatids. From the spermatids, the mature human spermatozoon are produced, and this is the final stage of spermatogenesis, which allows the maturation of spermatids into mature motile spermatozoa. Right? So with this background knowledge, I would like you to just read the case, and then we will answer all the questions which are given in those study questions. Spermatogenesis is the process of production of the spermatozoa. Spermatogenesis is the process of differentiation of spermatids into mature sperms.
मैम इस केस नंबर 2 में सिर्फ केस 2 नजर आ रहा है, कुछ भी शो नहीं हो रहा।
नहीं, केस 2 तो मैंने आप लोगों को वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट में दे दिया था ना।
मैम काइंडली दोबारा शेयर कर दें।
अच्छा, मैंने आप लोगों को शेयर भी किया था और आप लोगों से कहा था कि आप लोग व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे भी शेयर कर लें।
मैम इधर तो नहीं शो हो रहा आपका वो।
नहीं, यहाँ तो शो नहीं होगा, लेकिन मैंने तो आपको वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट पे चैट बॉक्स में पेस्ट किया था और आप लोगों से कहा था कि आप लोग उसको व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे भी शेयर कर लें।
मैम से वो केस 1 था।
नहीं, मैंने केस 2 किया है बच्चे। जिस वक्त आप लोग उस पे गए हैं उस वक्त मैंने किया है।
किसी के पास है तो काइंडली
आप
व्हाट्सएप
देखिए,
ग्रुप में शेयर कर दें।
और मैंने रिक्वेस्ट भी की थी कि व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में इसको शेयर कर दें।
मैम व्हाट्सएप पे बस केस 1 ही आया है, 2 नहीं आया।
मैं दोबारा शेयर कर रही हूँ। देखिए, आप लोगों को चैट बॉक्स में नज़र आ रहा होगा, मैंने पहले भी शेयर किया हुआ है केस 2।
ओके
ये व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप का भी लिंक शेयर किया हुआ है, आप देखिए 11:23 AM के ऊपर जो मैसेज है उसमें किसी ने अपने सैमसंग मोबाइल से इसको व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे भी शेयर किया हुआ है। डिड यू गेट इट?
Yes, ma'am.
Kindly WhatsApp check.
व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे भी शेयर्ड है।
जी, मिल गया सब। जी मैम, रिसीव्ड। जी मैम।
ठीक है, बस 5 मिनट्स में ज़रा सा केस देख लें ताकि थोड़ा सा आपका ब्रेन स्टॉर्मिंग के लिए यू पीपल आर रेडी। उसके बाद वी कैन स्टार्ट। So whenever you are ready.
मैम स्टार्ट करें।
Okay, so what is this case about? Can anyone tell me?
मैम मम्स इन्फेक्शन हुआ था
Orchitis. Because of mumps.
बचपन में।
And what was the effect?
Orchitis.
और
Okay,
orchitis।
ठीक है। Very good. So which hormone do you think cause induction of sperm production?
FSH.
testosterone.
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 FSH. FSH.
पंखा चल रहा है?
ठीक है, the main hormone which is responsible for testosterone, responsible for sperm production is testosterone, but this testosterone production is under the influence of FSH. Why it is under the influence of FSH?
निकाल है।
शुक्र है अल्लाह का।
अब हुआ।
यार अपने माइक म्यूट कर लें।
Please,
Please mute your-
please mute all.
ओके, एक्चुअली होता क्या है कि आप यू गेट डिस्ट्रैक्टेड ना, इवन इफ अगर मेरा माइक भी अनम्यूट है और मैं कोई और एक्स्ट्रा कन्वर्सेशन कर रही हूँ तो पूरी क्लास की कंसंट्रेशन जो है वो लॉस हो जाती है। तो कभी कभी तो हम अलाउ कर सकते हैं, लेकिन फिर रेस्ट ऑफ द टाइम इट विल बी वी विल बी ऑफ ट्रैक। ठीक है, सो थैंक यू वेरी मच। यू वर आंसरिंग कि टेस्टोस्टेरोन इज़ डेफिनेटली द हार्मोन एंड दिस टेस्टोस्टेरोन इज़ अंडर द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ FSH, और FSH स्टिमुलेट करती है प्रोडक्शन ऑफ टेस्टोस्टेरोन। तो ये FSH, फ्रॉम वेयर इज दिस FSH कमिंग फ्रॉम?
Pituitary gland.
Very good. So what
Pituitary
is
gland.
excellent? So what will be the name of the axis which is responsible for this testicular function?
Hypothalamus pituitary testicular axis.
Beautiful, very good. So this FSH will facilitate the development and the production of the testosterone, and this testosterone has got a role in spermatogenesis. Do you think in addition to testosterone there are some other hormones which regulate sperm production?
Yes, ma'am.
FSH, LH.
Very good. और कुछ?
Inhibin.
Inhibin, okay. और
Growth hormone.
growth hormone, beautiful. Testosterone, FSH, LH, estrogen to some extent, and growth hormone. So what is the synergistic effect of it? Okay, I'm very happy that in the initial part of the discussion someone mentioned that testosterone is responsible for sperm production, and someone mentioned FSH. So that means both the answers are correct. Both FSH and testosterone are responsible for sperm production. So what is the synergistic effect?
Spermatogenesis.
Yes. How?
To produce sperms.
FSH stimulate the production of testosterone.
ठीक है, if you could recall when we saw the picture in the spermatogenic series of cells, spermatogenic cells कौन से थे? स्पर्मेटोगोनिया था मेन, चाहे आप वो A करें चाहे B करें, उसके बाद प्राइमरी स्पर्मेटोसाइट था, फिर सेकेंडरी स्पर्मेटोसाइट था, फिर स्पर्मेटिड था, और फिर स्पर्मेटोजोआ था। एग्रीड? उन सेल्स के अराउंड हमने देखा था सर्टोली सेल्स थे। ठीक, हमें ये पता है कि जब तक के रिसेप्टर्स ना हो तब तक के कोई हार्मोन एक्ट नहीं करता किसी भी एंडोक्राइन स्ट्रक्चर पे या एंडोक्राइन टारगेट ऑर्गन पे। तो FSH एंड टेस्टोस्टेरोन दे बोथ stimulate androgen binding protein and other growth factors by Sertoli cells which help in spermatogenesis. ठीक है, if you could recall, we were saying that the spermatogenic series of cells are embedded with Sertoli cells, and all the microenvironment which is required for the development of spermatocytes is provided by Sertoli cells. Agreed? These Sertoli cells, they bind the androgen binding protein and other growth factors which give nourishment to the spermatogenic series. This binding of binding of the androgen binding protein, or this increased sensitivity of Sertoli cells for the androgen binding protein is provided by both FSH and testosterone. So what is the role of FSH and testosterone? They both induce the Sertoli cells to provide the required environment for the growth and development of the spermatogenic series, or for spermatogenesis. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Very good.
So what is the site of, okay, in the initial part of the discussion, someone mentioned about the site of production of testosterone. In our first lecture, what is the site of production of testosterone?
Testing.
Yes.
Seminiferous tubules.
Seminiferous tubules of the testes. Very good.
Leydig cells.
Leydig cells of which are present in the seminiferous tubule. Beautiful. Any other site of production of testosterone besides testes?
Adrenals, ma'am.
Yes,
Adrenal
please.
cortex.
Renal gland.
Very good. This was mentioned by one of the students in the beginning. Right? So 95% from the Leydig cells of the testes and 5% from the adrenal cortex. Beautiful. So how is this testosterone distributed?
By sex hormone binding globulin.
Okay. Less than 5% is free, 50% is bound to albumin, and 40% is bound to the sex hormone binding protein. If you could recall, in majority of the lab investigations, the doctors, they also order the sex hormone binding protein to see how much is the testosterone which is in bound form and how much is it in the free form. Now the next question, which is the most important question, is that how testosterone will perform its functions. Any suggestions how testosterone performs its functions?
Second messengers, through second messengers.
Very good. So it performs its functions in a paracrine fashion. It diffuses in the adjacent tubules and facilitates spermatogenesis with FSH, and endocrine manner circulation in the blood and development of male phenotype either directly or through its active form dihydrotestosterone. ठीक है? And second messenger, okay, the different hormones, when they reach their target organs, they bind with the target organs and then they produce their different actions, which can be either by second messenger, which can either be by binding with the receptors in the nucleus or in the cytoplasm. So majority of the hormones which are steroid in nature, they bind with the receptors in the nucleus. They don't produce messenger RNA. Messenger RNA is usually produced by the polypeptide hormone. Since testosterone is a steroid hormone, it will bind with the receptors in the nucleus. But how testosterone performs its functions is by either diffusion, क्योंकि आपने देखा टेस्टोस्टेरोन कहाँ प्रोड्यूस हो रहा था, लेडिक सेल्स में. लेडिक सेल्स सराउंड कर रहे थे, तो वहाँ से डिफ्यूज होकर के आएगा और आकर के एडजेसेंट ट्यूब्यूल्स में फैसिलिटेट करेगा स्पर्मेटोजेनेसिस को विद FSH. एंड ब्लड में सर्कुलेट होकर के उन सारी जगहों पे जाएगा, वहाँ पे इट विल बाइंड विथ इट्स डायरेक्टली और इट विल चेंज इनटू इट्स एक्टिव फॉर्म डाइहाइड्रोटेस्टोस्टेरोन, और वहाँ पर ये बाइंड करेगा इसके रिसेप्टर्स को विच आर नॉट ऑन द सेल मेम्ब्रेन बट विच आर ऑन द न्यूक्लियस। ठीक है, बिकॉज स्टीरॉयड हार्मोन्स के न्यूक्लियस में होते हैं। ओके, आइदर द न्यूक्लियस और द साइटोप्लाज्म, सॉरी स्टीरॉयड्स के साइटोप्लाज्म में होते हैं, थायराइड के न्यूक्लियस में होते हैं। ओके, सो what are the functions of testosterone? And I want all the
Spermatogenesis
very good. Number one,
and
Ma'am,
Secondary
sex
sex characters of male.
and
very good. Number two, number three,
Mass density.
mass density, beautiful.
Muscle mass density.
Muscle mass
muscle
density,
mass
excellent.
External genitalia formation.
External genitalia formation, very good.
regulation of sex drive,
Very good. Sex drive, beautiful. Anything else?
Help in
Female
sperm
male
production.
voice.
Sperm production.
RBG,
Sperm production, male voice. Yes, all secondary and primary sex characters. So testosterone regulates sex drive, produces sperms, very good, you have mentioned, develops bone mass, very good. Distribution of fat, increase muscle mass and strength, and gives the phenotypic appearance of a male. It also increases erythropoiesis and is responsible for increasing hoarseness of voice. A small amount of circulating testosterone is also converted to estradiol, a form of estrogen. Testosterone stimulates growth of epiphyseal plate and maintains bone mass. So you all know about the functions. Primary sex characteristics, secondary sex characteristics, someone has mentioned baldness, someone has mentioned hoarseness of voice, and the bone mass. All the effects of testosterone attempt to give the individual a phenotypic appearance of a male. Together with this, you all know that the red blood cell count of the males is more because of the increased testosterone presence, and it all stimulates the growth of the epiphyseal plate and maintains bone mass. So if I ask you what are the functions of Sertoli cells? In the initial slide, we have given you an insight of the Sertoli cells. So what are the functions of Sertoli cells?
FSH production.
FSH production. Okay.
Nourishment of sperms.
Nourishment of sperms, very good.
regulation of spermatogenesis,
Very good. So they envelop the sperm cells in the seminiferous tubules, sorry for the spelling mistake, which helps in protection and isolation. It produces a fluid which facilitates transport of sperms in the epidermis. It secretes inhibin and growth factors that stimulate sperm maturation. Acts on the pituitary, primarily inhibits FSH and to a lesser extent GnRH and LH. If you could recall, in the initial hypothalamo-pituitary axis, we have discussed inhibin. We have just highlighted inhibin. So inhibin is produced by the Sertoli cells in the males, and inhibin was produced by the granulosa cells in females. So this inhibin stimulates the sperm maturation, and it also acts on the pituitary, primarily inhibits FSH and to a lesser extent secretion of GnRH and LH. The function of the Sertoli cells is providing nourishment to the developing sperms, producing the fluid which helps in the transport of the sperms in the epidermis, as well as secretion of the inhibin, which is responsible for sperm maturation as well as inhibition of the FSH and to a lesser extent GnRH and LH. Any questions about Sertoli cells? So they have a nutritive function and they have an endocrine function. And endocrine function is inhibin, which inhibits FSH primarily. Can I move?
Yes, please.
So what is the function of Leydig cells? You have already discussed that Leydig cells are responsible for testosterone production under the influence of LH released from the anterior pituitary gland. L for Leydig, L for LH. So LH stimulates, in the females, LH was stimulating the production of what?
Ovulation.
Progesterone.
Progesterone, right? L for LH, L for Leydig cells, L for luteal cells. So it was acting on the luteal cells, it was increasing the production of progesterone in females, whereas in the males it increases the production of luteinizing hormone. It increases the production of the testosterone by the Leydig cells. FSH increases the spermatogenesis in males. LH increases the LH induces and LH controls the production of testosterone by the Leydig cells. So what is spermatogenesis? It is the process of production of the sperms.
Sperms.
And when does it start?
Puberty.
At puberty. Why it starts at puberty?
Because before puberty there was negative feedback.
Okay. Any other suggestion? What happens at puberty? Which hormone is released at puberty?
मैम टेस्टोस्टेरोन क्योंकि उसने वो सेकेंडरी सेक्सुअल कैरेक्टर्स की भी करानी होती है डेवलपमेंट, तो उस वजह से
Any other suggestion?
At puberty negative feedback diminish हो जाता है और ये secondary जो ये हार्मोन्स है secondary sexual characters वाले ये एक्टिवेट हो जाते हैं.
अच्छा, अब ऐसा क्यों होता है कि people say कि in warm areas puberty, onset of puberty in both males and females is earlier, and the onset of puberty is a little delayed in colder areas. Nowadays it is being said that puberty is a little earlier in males and females due to exposure of certain material on the internet, etc. So what is the reason for that? Which hormone triggers the onset of hypothalamo-pituitary-gonadal axis? When I say hypothalamo-pituitary-gonadal, that means I'm talking about both the axes.
Gonadotropin releasing hormone.
Very good. So from where the gonadotropin releasing hormone is released?
Hypothalamus.
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 Yes, so this hypothalamus is prone, अगर आपको याद होगा इनफर्टिलिटी के फैक्टर्स में भी हमने किया था कि स्ट्रेस एंड ओवुलेशन करती है, ठीक है. सो एपेटाइट hypothalamus. So hypothalamus is the center which causes release of the GnRH. So puberty is actually an aggregate of so many puberty occurs as a result of the interplay of an aggregate of factors, and these aggregate of the factors may be the warm climate, maybe the stimulation, maybe some other factors which causes a stimulation of the hypothalamic cells to produce the GnRH. So when that GnRH is produced, this GnRH increased production will cause the release of the follicle stimulating hormone and the luteinizing hormone, which will cause the the testosterone production. Before that, the hypothalamo-pituitary gonadal axis is not functional. So जब functional नहीं है तो उसमें negative feedback और positive feedback नहीं हो सकता. So before puberty it is not functional. At puberty it will kick start. The GnRH release जब तक नहीं होगा उस वक्त तक positive या negative feedback नहीं हो सकता. तो प्यूबर्टी के डिफरेंट फैक्टर्स हैं, स्ट्रेस है, एपिटाइट है, एक्सपोजर है. व्हेनेवर those factors excite the hypothalamus, they will cause the release of GnRH. When the GnRH is released, maybe at the age of 11, maybe at the age of 12 and or 13 years, and when it reaches the proper optimal concentrations, it will cause the initiation of the production of the stimulating hormones, which will cause the release of the specific endocrine hormones either by the testes or ovaries, which can then elicit a positive or a negative feedback. So the onset of puberty is due to the release of GnRH, and this release of GnRH from the hypothalamus is because of a number of stimulating factors which will tell the hypothalamus that this is now the time that you start producing GnRH. Right? And when we talk about spermatogenesis, I will repeat that initially the spermatogonia migrate among the Sertoli cells. If you could recall, Sertoli cells were providing a sort of shelter to these developing spermatogonia. They move them to the central lumen of the seminiferous tubule to form the primary spermatocytes. Each primary spermatocyte then undergoes meiotic division to form two secondary spermatocytes, which will take 9 days. Both secondary spermatocytes in a period of 19 days complete second meiotic division to form 4 spermatids. To create the haploid gametes, cells undergo the meiotic process in which the genome is replicated and divided twice to produce 4 haploid number of chromosomes. Then there is differentiation into mature spermatozoa, which occur in mature spermatozoa is called the spermiogenesis. So spermatogenesis and spermiogenesis both are the processes which are occurring in the testes under the influence of the hormone LH and FSH. Spermatogenesis is the production of the sperms, and maturation of sperms is called the spermiogenesis. Now you just look at these questions and I'll connect with you. So where does maturation of sperms occur?
Epididymis.
In the epididymis, very good. What is the function of seminal vesicles?
Motility of the sperms.
The most important is that it provides fructose, which is required for nutrition. It adds bulk to the volume of seminal fluid, and the prostaglandins, they aid in the fertilization by increasing sperm movement in the female genital tract and receptivity of cervical mucus. So as you see that when the sperms, they pass from the testes to the epididymis, they acquire the capability of motility. Then the seminal vesicle secretions, they add bulk to the volume of the seminal fluid. The fructose provides nutrition, and the prostaglandins, they aid in the fertilization by increasing sperm movement. So all which is included in the in the secretions of the male reproductive system, they increase the the chances of, they add to the male reproductive functions. Right? So we have done epididymis, we have done seminal vesicles. What is the function of prostate glands? Prostate glands produces an alkaline secretion which is rich in calcium, citrate ion, phosphate ion, a clotting enzyme, and a profibrinolysin. So when the semen is ejaculated, it clots in the female vaginal tract. Then after around a period of 15 to 30 minutes, then there is lysis of that clot. And this lysis of the clot in the vaginal cavity is by the presence of profibrinolysin, which is an enzyme which causes the lysis of the fibrin coagulum and penetrates it in the vaginal cavity. The alkalinity due to the prostatic secretion helps to neutralize the acidity of the seminal fluids during ejaculation, and it facilitates the ascent of the sperm. So alkalinity and profibrinolysin are the two most important characteristics which will be acquired due to the prostatic secretions which are mixed in the seminal fluid, which will be released together with the spermatozoa, which is being produced in the seminiferous tubule. While it is produced, it passes through the epididymis, vasa deferens, and all the seminal vesicles and prostate glands which are there in the male reproductive organs. They continue to add their secretions which give nourishment as well as alkalinity. Right? So if you could recall the case which is there in the chat box, can you enlist the factors which are likely to reduce the sperm count?
Mumps or coitus.
Mumps
Very good.
infection.
Infection, very good.
I'm also he was
Any
looking
other
at
factor?
Smoking. Cold environment.
Yes. Why cold
Smoking.
environment is
pesticides.
smoking? Very good. So mumps, smoking, obesity, and exposure to pesticides. These all are the factors which impair the sperm count. Okay,
But
okay, so I was just checking whether I had that question written or I'll consider. Okay, before water script orchidism, if you could recall that in the case there was a decrease in the sperm count, there was a decrease in the sperm motility, and there was a decrease in sperm morphology, in the normal morphology. Is it there in the case?
yes, ma'am.
Right. So what will be the effect of decrease in sperm motility?
The eggs won't fertilize
Why?
because there is decreased sperm motility.
Yes. So if there is decrease in sperm motility, what will happen? What will be the effect? Your answer is true, is correct. Outcome fertilization will not be achieved, but why?
They won't be able to ascend.
It won't be able to reach the fallopian tubes.
The
Beautiful, Beautiful, very good. And what about the morphology?
Won't be able to
Won't be
penetrate.
able to that acrosomal reaction won't occur, and all those
They are
decapacitation
not
won't.
motile,
Yes, because
immotile sperms.
yes, immotile sperms is lack of motility and morphology. If there is a
They can't go
shape is
at the
not
site
normal,
to fertilize.
yes, they can't. They don't have. If the shape is not normal, they won't be able to have all the ingredients that are required. For example, if someone is very tightly mentioned, they won't probably. If there is no head, then there is. If there is no head, there will be no acrosome cap. There will be no acrosome reaction. Right? So mortality, morphology, and count, all these three things are responsible for giving for acquiring fertility as far as the male counterpart is concerned. And in the female it is the ovulation of she should ovulate, and ovulation should be there in the either the middle of the cycle, and sperm should be able to reach the
आपकी आवाज
ovum in
बहुत
the
कम आ
fallopian
रही है.
tubes. And okay, sperm, is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so sperm should be able to reach the ovum, and in order to reach the ovum, it needs to have a bulk. Sperm count should be more, so that if a number, if the normal sperm count is about 60 to 120 millions, and once the sperm is dropped in the female vaginal forensis, after 30 minutes, the profibrinogen dissolutes the clot, and after this dissolution of the clot, then the sperms, they start coming out of that coagulum and they start ascending up. Is my voice audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So when they start ascending up, which hormone helps in their ascent? What are the factors which help in the ascent?
Oxytocin.
Excellent. Oxytocin, as well as the thin cervical mucus. अगर cervical mucus thick होगा तो that can also lead to infertility, because thin अगर होगा तो penetration will be easy. So for the penetration, oxytocin and thin cervical mucus, as we have discussed, the factors facilitating fertilization should be contributed by the females, number one. Number two, the male sperm count should be high, so that पूरी फौज स्टार्ट हो जाएगी, लेकिन उसमें से कुछ जवान पहुंच जाएंगे अपनी जगह पे. सो द काउंट इज इम्पॉर्टेंट. इफ दे आर मोटाइल, दे, क्योंकि ये तकरीबन 2 किलोमीटर डिस्टेंस है फ्रॉम द वेजाइनल फॉर्निक्स टू द पॉइंट ऑफ इम्प्लांटेशन. तो उस 2 किलोमीटर डिस्टेंस को ट्रेवल करने के लिए दे नीड टू हैव एटलीस्ट 40% मोटिलिटी. Sperms, when they reach the fallopian tubes and they approach the zona pellucida, in order to penetrate, in order to cause acrosome reaction, they need to have their normal shape, so that mitochondria है energy provide कर रहे हैं, कैप में acrosome है proteolytic enzymes produce कर रहे हैं. So if all the ingredients are there, then the acrosome reaction will occur, and then the sperm will penetrate the zona pellucida, will enter into the structure of that oocyte, will fertilize the female pronucleus or the female gamete, and will form the zygote. Right? So in this case, we have asked you a question: what is cryptorchidism? Why does it occur, and what are the effects? So what is cryptorchidism?
Ma'am,
It's a congenital condition
Mm-hmm.
of like underdeveloped
ये नहीं, अभी बच्चा वैसे आपका उल्टा है, ये मैं बताती भी नहीं हूँ. पैड ले आओ.
Doctor sir, please.
यार माइक म्यूट करना है.
बच्चा उल्टा है तो क्रिप्टोर्किडिज्म होगा.
Ma'am, that is cryptorchidism is when testes don't descend into the scrotum and they remain in the abdominal cavity.
Beautiful, excellent. So, if a little background knowledge of embryology, we talked that they develop from the male and female gonads. They develop from genital ridge. I think I mentioned in the beginning. And genital ridge से जब वो develop होते हैं तो that genital ridge is जब वो yolk sac transform होता है into body cavities में तो that genital ridge is in the abdomen. फ्रॉम दैट एब्डोमन ओवरीज आर इन द एब्डोमन तो ख़वातीन में प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लेकिन टेस्टिस में उस जेनिटल रिज में एब्डोमन में डेवलप होने के बाद these testes they descend and they come in the they come down in the scrotum. So if the testes they do not descend, then this is a case called the crypt orchidism. ठीक है. Now what do you think, what will be the disadvantage of undescended testes?
Testicular
Ma'am,
carcinoma.
it may develop to be
Subfertility and testicular
carcinoma.
carcinoma.
Carcinoma, subfertility. Okay, so why will subfertility occur?
Is the basal body temperature of the body is a little higher than that of the scrotum, and which causes a decreased production of sperm.
Beautiful. So, cryptorchidism is lack of descent of testes from the abdomen to the scrotum, which usually occurs at the time of the birth. ठीक है, इसलिए अगर आप एनी वन ऑफ यू आप who are surgeons, they know कि if whenever the baby is born and it's a male boy, it's a male baby, तो आप उसके हमेशा scrotum check करते हैं whether they are full or not. If they are not full, then you refer them to the surgeon and ask what can be the time of operation for the descent of the testes. In the intrauterine life of a male fetus, the testes they originate from the genital ridges, we have discussed. Then around 3 weeks to 1 month before birth of the baby, the testes they descend through the inguinal canals into the scrotum. ठीक है. Another information, we have mentioned that they descend, but now we know that they descend through the inguinal canals. Failure of this descent causes crypt orchidism. If this descent does not occur completely, testes remain exposed to high intra-abdominal temperature, which causes spermatogenic defects and may lead to testicular atrophy. And someone has very rightly mentioned testicular atrophy and testicular carcinoma. So beside being getting fertility and getting the proper sperm count is very important, but at the same time testicular atrophy can sometimes lead to testicular carcinoma. So it is extremely important that crypt orchidism, whenever it is diagnosed, it should be catered for fertility as well as for the normal reproductive functions as well as for the normal well-being. Can I move?
Yes, ma'am.
So we have done it. Now, for this discussion on the male and female reproductive systems, I would like you to stop for 1 to 2 minutes and reflect on the role of hypothalamo pituitary, and now I have written the word gonadal. So what is the role of hypothalamo pituitary gonadal axis in reproduction? Just 2 minutes and then we can start the discussion. Can I start? Or you need 2 minutes more?
Yes.
Okay, so who will tell me what is the role of hypothalamo pituitary gonadal axis?
Produces gonadotrophin releasing hormones.
Very good.
Hypothalamus से release होता है gonadotrophin releasing hormones. फिर then it induces pituitary to produce
LH and FSH.
LH
Very
and
good.
FSH.
Very good. Okay.
Which in turn is going to induce the, male testes to produce the testosterone.
Yes. Is so. Am I audible,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
or shall I change my network? Okay. So the doctor who was answering, probably I lost him. So the role of hypothalamo-pituitary gonadal axis in reproduction, it is development of the gonads, because these gonads develop and mature under the influence of all the hormones as a result of the release of the gonadotrophin releasing hormone and the release of the stimulating hormones. FSH acts on the granulosa cells in the ovaries to increase estradiol production. If you could recall, we have discussed that FSH acts on the males to increase the production of the sperms, and on the females it acts on the ovaries to increase the production of the FSH acts on the granulosa cells to increase the estradiol production, and in the males it stimulates testicular growth and augment the production of androgen binding proteins from the Sertoli cells to support the mature spermatozoa. LH stimulates the production of testosterone by the interstitial cells of Ladix. LH in female reinitiates meiosis in the just before ovulation, which causes the oocyte maturation, causes ovulation and helps in decidualization. Okay, so I would like just to recall that while we were discussing the luteinizing hormone, we have discussed that number one, luteinizing hormone releases just before ovulation, around 24 hours before ovulation, and when it is released, it causes the rupture of the stigma or the rupture of the cortex of the ovary for ovulation. This is what we have discussed. Another point which I have mentioned was that this LH has got receptors on the theca cells which increase the production of progesterone. Another thing which I have not mentioned was that LH reinitiates the meiosis which occurs at the time of ovulation. If you could recall, while we will discuss the oocyte development, we discussed that the second meiotic division is arrested, and this second meiotic division is completed just before ovulation under the influence of LH hormone. Am I clear now? Is it understandable?
मैम एक दफा फिर बता दें.
Okay, so Dr. Saab, we were discussing the role of hypothalamo-pituitary gonadal axis, right? While we are discussing hypothalamo-pituitary gonadal axis, we are talking about hypothalamo-pituitary testicular axis, hypothalamo-pituitary ovarian axis. Is it clear? So when we talk about hypothalamo-pituitary testicular axis, there is development of testes, production of LH and FSH, and feedback regulation of LH and FSH with reference to the testosterone production. If the testosterone is more, LH and FSH, mainly the LH will be less. If the testosterone is less, LH will be high. That is the feedback stimulation. Is it clear? When we talk about the hypothalamo-pituitary ovarian axis, it will be GnRH, FSH, LH and estrogen progesterone. If the estrogen is high, then there will be less FSH production through short feedback loop and less GnRH production through long feedback loop. If there is less progesterone production, there will be more LH production through the short feedback loop and more GnRH release through the long feedback loop. Is this clear?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So when the LH and FSH are there, they are responsible for the ovaries and testes to develop. Ovaries and testes, they both have gametogenic function and steroidogenic function. Gametogenic function is the production of spermatozoa, and the gametogenic function in females is production of the ova. Steroidogenic function in the males is production of testosterone and some other androgens, while the steroidogenic function in females is estrogen production and progesterone production. Is this clear? Now over here I just wanted to reiterate what I have discussed regarding the functions of LH in the females. So in the female reproductive system, we have mentioned that LH causes ovulation, which is very simple, and after this class we all will remember that ovulation occurs because of LH surge. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And LH release occurs 24 to 36 hours before ovulation. If it occurs before 24 to 36 hours before ovulation, that means LH has got certain functions on the basis of which ovulation can occur. ठीक है? How does it rupture the cortex of ovary so that the ova is shed out into the peritoneal tube, into the peritoneal fluid by release of certain prostaglandins as well as progesterone. So LH causes ovulation. This ovulation is by the release of progesterone and prostaglandins, number 1. Number 2, LH causes reinitiation of meiosis. If you could recall the oogenesis, we have discussed that the second meiotic division, हमने आपको बताया था ना 2n उसके बाद 1n और उसके बाद 1n, वो जो नंबर था वो नंबर स्पर्मेटोजेनेसिस में अरेस्ट नहीं होता, लेकिन oogenesis में that number is arrested and the final meiotic division, that is the second polar body and the oocyte, occurs just before ovulation, और वो जो अरेस्ट हो गया था उस अरेस्ट को रीइनिशिएट करेगा LH. तो LH का एक फंक्शन क्या है? नंबर वन फंक्शन इज रीइनिशिएशन ऑफ meiosis. Number 2 function is the ovulation. Number 2 function is the rupture or production of a stigma, which causes release of the ovum into the peritoneal fluid. एक थर्ड फंक्शन भी हमने अपनी डिस्कशन में किया है, वो क्या है? एनीवन कैन हेल्प मी इन रिकॉलिंग? LH के रिसेप्टर्स ओवेरियन फॉलिकल्स में कहाँ होंगे? कौन से सेल्स पे होंगे?
थीका सेल्स एंड कॉर्पस
थीका सेल्स पे होंगे. तो थीका सेल्स क्या बनाएंगे? कौन सा हार्मोन?
प्रोजेस्टेरॉन.
प्रोजेस्टेरॉन. और ये प्रोजेस्टेरॉन क्या करेगा? ये प्रोजेस्टेरॉन ल्यूटियल फेज को प्रोलॉन्ग करेगा. हमने क्या कहा था? हमने कहा था कि जो ल्यूटियल फेज के साथ कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग क्या था? सिक्रीटरी फेज. ठीक है. तो ल्यूटियल फेज में जो प्रोजेस्टेरॉन प्रोड्यूस हो रही थी, उस प्रोजेस्टेरॉन ने एंडोमेट्रियल सिक्रीशंस को कंट्रोल किया हुआ था. ठीक है. 14 डेज के अंदर अंदर ये जो कॉर्पस ल्यूटियम है, जिसके थीका सेल्स अंडर द इन्फ्लुएंस LH प्रोड्यूस करेंगे प्रोजेस्टेरॉन को, तो ये सिक्रीटरी फेज मेंटेन रहेगी. उसके बाद ये क्योंकि खुद रिग्रेस हो जाएगा, इसकी हाफ लाइफ 14 डेज है, ये 14 डेज के अंदर रिग्रेस हो जाएगा, प्रोजेस्टेरॉन विड्रॉ हो जाएगी और मेंस्ट्रुएशन स्टार्ट हो जाएगी. लेकिन व्हाट विल हैपन इफ देयर इज़ अ प्रेगनेंसी? दिस इज़ अ क्वेश्चन फॉर यू. अगर प्रेगनेंसी होगी तो ये ल्यूटियल फेज प्रोलॉन्ग होगी, नंबर 1 क्वेश्चन. नंबर 2, अगर ल्यूटियल फेज प्रोलॉन्ग होगी तो विच हार्मोन इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर प्रोलॉन्गेशन ऑफ दिस ल्यूटियल फेज?
Yes, luteal phase will prolong and progesterone will be responsible for it. Corpus
Progesterone.
luteum will not regress.
ठीक है. तो प्रोजेस्टेरॉन
हम आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही बिल्कुल.
आई थिंक मैम का कनेक्शन लॉस्ट हो गया.
What is the name of that hormone?
मैम आपकी आवाज बीच में बिल्कुल चली गई थी, वो वहाँ से दोबारा शुरू करें प्रेगनेंसी से.
अच्छा मुझे आप 2 मिनट दें, मैं फिर अपना इंटरनेट कनेक्शन चेंज कर लेती हूँ.
ओके मैम.
Okay, ma'am.
ठीक है, क्योंकि मुझे भी आ रहा है मैसेज कि आपका ना इंटरनेट कनेक्शन अनस्टेबल है, तो मैं इसको चेंज करके जैस पे आ जाती हूँ. गिव मी 2 मिनट्स. मुझे बता दीजिएगा. मैंने ठीक है. एम आई ऑडिबल नाउ?
यस मैम.
ओके, ठीक है. तो अच्छा, आप जहाँ से आपका कनेक्शन लूज हुआ था वो मुझे बता दें, मैं वहाँ से, या मैं पूरा हाइपोथैलेमो पिट्यूटरी एक्सेस बता दूँ?
नहीं मैम, वो जहाँ पे था
नहीं
ना
मैम, जहाँ से प्रेगनेंसी ल्यूटियल फेज.
ओके, ठीक है.
लॉन्ग हो जाएगी और प्रोजेस्टेरॉन जो है वो प्रेगनेंसी को सपोर्ट करेगा. मैं मुझसे आगे.
बिल्कुल ठीक है. अच्छा देखिए, हमने ये बात की थी कि ल्यूटियल फेज लास्ट फॉर 14 डेज. हमने ये डिसाइड किया था कि ल्यूटियल फेज 14 डेज से ज़्यादा नहीं होती. ल्यूटियल फेज कंफर्म्ड है 14 डेज.
Yes, ma'am.
और हमने कहा था कि ल्यूटियल फेज के कोरस्पॉन्डिंग सिक्रेटरी फेज है.
Yes, ma'am.
तो ल्यूटियल फेज अगर 14 डेज है तो सिक्रेटरी फेज भी 14 डेज है. ठीक है.
Exactly.
तो दैट मीन्स के कॉर्पस ल्यूटियम तो 14 डेज के अंदर फौत हो जाएगा. अब अगर प्रेगनेंसी हो जाती है तो व्हाट विल बी द फैक्टर विच विल कीप दिस कॉर्पस ल्यूटियम अलाइव?
HCG.
एक्सीलेंट. HCG कौन प्रोड्यूस करता है? प्लासेंटा करेगा बाद में. शुरू में सेल्स करेंगे, उन सेल्स का नाम नहीं, कॉर्पस ल्यूटियम नहीं करता. सिंसिटियो ट्रोफोब्लास्ट. नहीं, सिंसिटियो ट्रोफोब्लास्ट. Is it clear now?
यस मैम, एको आ रहा है.
डॉक्टर
जी, असल में मेरी तरफ से तो नहीं है, दरमियान में किसी और ने.
नहीं सर, साइमा जावेद है, उरूज फातिमा है. प्लीज म्यूट.
ठीक है. तो what we were discussing that the corpus luteum has a half after 14 days. The corpus luteum or at the end of 12th day, the corpus luteum will start to degenerate, and after 14 days it will not have any endocrine function. Is it clear? That is the reason that the luteal phase is fixed and it is 14 days. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes ma'am, clear.
Right. Okay. So after 14 days, if we want to keep that corpus luteum alive, we need to give them some life. So that life is the impending blastocyst. If you could recall, हमने कहा था कि blastocyst जो है वो एक developing embryo है जो डेवलप एम्ब्रियो करेगा. तो उसके अराउंड जो जितनी लेयर्स हैं, मोरुला की जो लेयर्स थी, वो सारी की सारी, मोरुला तो मतलब है नंबर ऑफ सेल्स. जो एक जाइगोट था, वो जाइगोट जब डिवाइड हो रहा है, उसके अराउंड जितनी लेयर्स थी वो हेल्प कर रही थी इनटू डेवलपमेंट, इनटू अ लेयर ऑफ सेल्स which will embed in the endometrium. ठीक है. उन लेयर ऑफ सेल्स में जो अंदर की तरफ थे वो साइटो थे, और जो बाहर की तरफ थे वो इन द फॉर्म ऑफ ए सिंसिटियम थे, जो कि सिंसिटियो ट्रोफोब्लास्ट थे. वो सिंसिटिव ट्रोफोब्लास्ट बाद में प्लेसेंटा बनते हैं, इसलिए जिसने ये आंसर किया कि प्लेसेंटा, उसका आंसर सही है। लेकिन इनिशियल आपको पता है प्लेसेंटा टेक्स एट द एंड ऑफ द फर्स्ट ट्राइमेस्टर कंप्लीट होती है, तो प्लेसेंटा की जो व्हाट इज प्लेसेंटा? प्लेसेंटा इज बेसिकली, हमारे नेक्स्ट केस में है भी, इस प्लेसेंटा इज ए कम्युनिकेशन बिटवीन द फीटस एंड द मेटर्नल सर्कुलेशन। तो जो फीटल सर्कुलेशन है, जो फीटस जब वो एम्बेड कर रहा होगा, तो उसके वो सेल्स जो कि प्लेसेंटा की फॉर्मेशन में हेल्प करेंगे, उनको हम कहेंगे सिंसिटिव ट्रोफोब्लास्ट, जो HCG प्रोड्यूस करेंगे, एंड दैट HCG इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर giving life to corpus luteum to keep on producing progesterone. इज इट क्लियर? वो काम जो पहले LH कर रहा था एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी का, वो काम अब HCG करेगा, ह्यूमन कोरियोनिक गोनेडोट्रोफोब्लास्ट, ताकि सिक्रीशन कंटिन्यूड रहे प्रोजेस्ट्रॉन की, और सिक्रेटरी फेज कंटिन्यूड रहे, हार्मोन्स विड्रॉ ना हो और मेंस्ट्रुएशन ना हो। इज इट क्लियर?
जी।
Okay, so the next question in the case was differentiate between regulation of LH and FSH secretion in male reproductive system. LH कैसे रेगुलेट होगी और FSH कैसे रेगुलेट होगी?
LH जो है वो आ रही है लेडिंग सेल से,
वेरी गुड।
और FSH आ रहा है
कौन से सेल्स FSH प्रोड्यूस करते हैं? और
सर्टोली सेल्स।
ठीक है, और अब रेगुलेशन बताइए, LH कैसे रेगुलेट होगा और FSH कैसे रेगुलेट होगा? LH हाइपोथैलेमो पिट्यूटरी टेस्टिकुलर एक्सेस से होगा,
Yes.
और FSH
secretion of gonadotropin releasing hormones on hypothalamus.
और FSH
By Sertoli cells.
FSH रेगुलेट हाइपोथैलेमो पिट्यूटरी एक्सेस से होगा, लेकिन कोई डिफरेंस है? What about inhibin?
inhibin stop FSH.
Yes. So regulation of LH is by testosterone, which causes feedback inhibition of hypothalamus, long loop, hence reducing GnRH secretion and LH secretion from the pituitary. Testosterone has a slight inhibitory effect on the pituitary as well. So that will be the short loop. FSH secretion is, however, regulated by the inhibin produced by the Sertoli cells. So LH is mainly by the hypothalamo pituitary testicular axis by direct effect on the anterior pituitary and the endocrine gland, but inhibin is the one which is responsible for regulation of FSH secretion. ठीक है ना? अगर आप फर्स्ट अपनी डायग्राम याद करें तो FSH is under the control of feedback stimulation not only from the testosterone but also from the inhibin.
Okay, ma'am.
Right? So with this we can have few MCQs and then we can have question and answers. So semen analysis of a person working in radiology department. So the purpose of mentioning the radiology department over here is that while we were discussing the causes of infertility and while we were discussing the causes of decreased sperm production, we have mentioned that the environment and the exposure has to play some role. So semen analysis of a person working in the radiology department was found to be 2.5 millions. Normally it is around 60 to 120 millions. So ये 2.5 millions हैं. Destruction of which one of the following best explains his oligospermic status? Less sperms is oligospermia.
Somatotroph of
Sertoli cells of testes.
somatotroph of anterior pituitary.
Somatotrophs produce which hormone?
Growth hormone.
Growth hormone.
Gonadotrophics of anterior pituitary.
Okay, so they can be more than one answer for that.
Gonadotropes of anterior pituitary.
No.
Okay, but which one of the following best explains? But this can be destruction of the gonadotrophs as well as the Leydig cells. Why? Because if the gonadotrophs are destroyed, that can lead to decreased in both LH and FSH. If the Leydig cells are destroyed, they will decrease in testosterone production. But over here, the purpose of mentioning Sertoli cells is the environmental exposure. Due to the environmental exposure in the radiology department, obviously gonadotrophs are not going to be damaged and Leydig cells of the testes are not, but most likely best explains will be the Sertoli cells, but Leydig cells and gonadotrophs are also the true answers but not the best answers. Okay, genetic section of the sperm is present where? Genetic section.
Head.
Very good.
Tail.
Okay, what is the most important function of the tail?
Motility.
Very good. What is the most important function of acrosome?
Acrosomal reaction.
Acrosomal
Releasing
reaction.
enzyme.
Very good. What is the most important function of middle piece?
Anchoring.
Anchoring. Very good. It has mitochondria.
It has mitochondria, genetic material in it.
Okay, genetic material is predominantly, if you could recall the structure of the sperm, head has a nucleus. So where do we expect the genetic material to be present?
Sorry, it's head.
In the nucleus?
Yes.
Okay. The process of spermatogenesis is induced by thyroid stimulating hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, melanocyte stimulating hormone.
Follicle
Stimulating hormone.
Also, yeah, very good. So the number of
रेडियोग्राफ वाले का आंसर क्या होगा एग्जैक्ट बेस्ट आंसर?
देखिए बेस्ट आंसर सर्टोली सेल्स है जो बुक में दिया हुआ है यूएसएमएलई की। वो इसलिए दिया हुआ है, उन्होंने रीज़न ये किया है कि हम बात जब करते हैं ना माइक्रो एनवायरनमेंट की, तो जो टेस्टिकुलर माइक्रो एनवायरनमेंट है वो डिस्टर्ब हो जाएगा ड्यू टू द एक्सपोजर टू रेडियोलॉजी एक्सरेज। तो माइक्रो एनवायरनमेंट में आपके सर्टोली सेल्स जब एंड्रोजन बाइंडिंग प्रोटीन को एंकर नहीं करेंगे तो टेस्टिस का फंक्शन डिस्टर्ब हो जाएगा, मोटिलिटी कम हो जाएगी। ठीक है, लेकिन अगर यही एमसीक्यू होता और हम कहते हैं कि उसको राइट फ्रॉम द मतलब प्यूबर्टी के बाद हमने किया टेस्ट और कम आए तो मे बी हमारा आंसर होता है गोनेडोट्रोफ्स। हम आपको कोई ऐसा सिनेरियो देते जिसमें हम ये कहते लेडिक हो जाता, लेकिन ये तीनों करेक्ट आंसर्स हैं। बेस्ट इसमें आंसर ये है कि सर्टोली सेल्स।
ओके मैम, ओके
ठीक है। सो द नंबर ऑफ स्पर्मेटोजोआ, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट स्पर्मेटोजोआ विच आर मैच्योर स्पर्म। अ सिंगल प्राइमरी स्पर्मेटोसाइट फाइनली प्रोड्यूस्ड इन स्पर्मेटोजेनेसिस इज, कितने बनेंगे? 2, 4, 6, 8? 4। ठीक है। विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग सेल इज इमॉर्टल? ग्लोमेरुलर सेल, सोमेटिक सेल्स,
germ cells.
Somatic cells.
So what we have discussed in this discussion is that pulsatile secretion of GnRH from the hypothalamus stimulates pituitary to produce FSH and LH from the anterior pituitary gland. You all agree? FSH receptors are present on Sertoli cells, whereas LH receptors they lie on Leydig cells. FSH acts on Sertoli cell receptors, LH acts on receptor cells of Leydig cells for testosterone release. Testosterone causes feedback inhibition of secretion from the pituitary and the hypothalamus, but certainly cells they secrete inhibin which inhibit release of FSH. If you could recall, this was the point which I was emphasizing, that FSH is more under the control of release of inhibin, while LH is more under the control of the hypothalamo-pituitary central axis. Testosterone stimulates manner, that is paracrine means in this providing response and stimulus to the surrounding environment. Testosterone is converted into its active form dihydrotestosterone in the tissues like the scalp and sebaceous glands. So this was all about the male reproductive system. If there are any questions, or we have just half an hour, so we will produce